me see. Let's get this.
All
I
right.
like it. Okay. All right. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Where are you
good.
based again? Remind me. I forget where. Tennessee. Yeah, that's right.
Maryville,
Okay.
Tennessee.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited to
Yeah.
be having this chat with you and introducing you to the Awakenpedia community and the larger Instagram world about our partnership and to highlight you and your story and who you are, why you're here, what you do, and why you do it. Um, I know we had the chance
Yeah.
to chat right before this and to kind of dive
Mm-hmm.
into those aspects, but I'd like to kind of rehash that, if you wouldn't mind, by sharing this with
Yeah,
the
of course.
wider world so that people can know more about you. Um, so if it's okay, we'll just dive into it. And what I think
Yeah.
makes sense, what I like to do is kind of pass you the baton and let you share whatever comes to heart about your journey. Um, what's inspired you into this work, and talk to us a bit about your awakening journey thus far. And um, I know you were also a corporate person before, so would love just to hear about your transformation.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Um, well, my story, my journey started last year, actually. And like I told you before, I was in corporate. I got my engineering degree like almost 30 years ago, and worked in the corporate world for all those years. And like moving from place to place, from uh, different plants, within the same company. And I always found my way to another job here and there. And then last year, kind of the whole, when the universe kind of guide us to see different things. So that is what happened last year. So we were about to move to Tennessee. And then I started my job search, like always. And um, I was just talking to a friend of mine about the search and the positions that I had applied and whatnot. And then um, he said, "Have you heard back from anybody yet?" I said, "No, not yet." Um, and then he said, "Why don't you try health coach?" I said, "Well, okay. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard about the profession. I haven't heard about it was even a thing." So I thought, well, yeah, I guess I'll do my search. And then I started to look into what that would be. Um, and then this quiz just popped up on my phone, those quizzes
Yeah.
that, Google is always listening. So this thing popped up, and I did the quiz, and two days later, I got this email from IIN with the whole curriculum. Um, and when I read it, I said, "Oh my goodness, this is what I was waiting for. This is for me. So this is what I want to do." Um, then I registered like 2 days later for the training. Then we moved here, and the training started like just a month after. And then everything just like started flourishing. Um, the very beginning, I started feeling that strong connection, and I felt so aligned because everything that they were teaching, it was just like if it was just for me, like it sounded that I was just waiting for that the whole time. I loved every minute of that training, like all the classes and everything. Um, and then I just like looking back, I see what if the past years were all like just a setup for me to do this job, because most of my time working in corporate, I worked with continuous improvement. And I don't know if you know what continuous
No.
improvement do, but yeah, so we do planning for the business, like strategies for the business, like short-term and long-term plans. Then we lay out like visions and missions and establish action plans. And then we hold people accountable for those actions. And then every time something goes wrong, we go back and we do like 5 why analysis and why this did go wrong. And we find root causes of problems. And then as I started the training for health coach, I saw that that was all kind of the same thing, but with a greater purpose. So instead of fixing processes and products and customer complaints, trying to find root causes of customer complaints, now I would be just finding root causes of disease and,
Right.
you know, people's issues. And everything started to make so much sense in my mind that the whole thing was just a setup for me to do this now. And what coaching is exactly like working through people's values and goals and establishing action plans and holding them accountable. So it is all so connected. And then I finally understood that what was missing before for me was this passion of serving that was not, it looks like
Yeah.
it was missing a link, you know. And now I found it, like the service was missing, and now I can help people doing all that, and it's all kind of in alignment now, because everything that I'm passionate for and that I have always been, it's just like paving the path forward. Do you
Of
understand
course.
what I
Of
say?
course. We
It
share
is,
the mission,
yeah,
we share the passion, and the call to service. It runs deep in us both, and that's what I felt with you when we chatted, and what kind of bonded us together in that resonance. Um, and one thing,
yeah,
Anna, I'd love for you to talk about and tap into for us is, there's many health coaches out there, right? With many, but
oh
what
yeah,
made you unique to me was the emphasis you place on nature, and in particular, incorporating nature into not only into the fabric of your health coaching program, but the foundation of it. So it seems the nature walk as the
yeah,
crux of your program. Can you talk to us a bit about what that is?
yeah,
Why are you emphasizing nature here? And just
yeah.
talk to us about now, lead that into your offerings and what you kind of do with, I believe it's Mama Terra. Is that uh, Mama Terra? Yeah.
Yes, Mama
Okay.
Terra. Yes, yeah, yeah. So nature. I've always like been passionate about nature. Um, I tell people it's my happy place. Every time I'm in the woods, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm totally in my place. So that's why I choose the name for the business. Mama Terra means, Mother Earth, because this is the whole connection, like the spiritual connection from us being on Earth and being community. And then along the training for health coach, one thing that was really that really resonated with me was the effect that the science is actually proving that nature has on us and the way we feel. So they're all finding out what was kind of obvious, but people was not seeing. I mean, people were not like really ready to understand maybe. And I think this is what ties everything up with nutrition, with mental health, and with connection with the universe. Nature is what ties everything together. So the way we need to nourish our bodies is with what nature provides, and that is the healthiest way. And then the sun, the fire, the air. So everything that is like meant to make us feel well, feel alive, and feel thriving comes from nature. So that is why I see that is actually the cornerstone. It is nature. Nature is what brings us all together, and what nature is the biggest provider, like for everything, for the energy that we need, for the food that we need, for the sun, for the everything. So that's why. And it's interesting because when I was putting my website together and creating all that, I had such a strong inspiration for this name, Nature Walk. Then I had a person working on my website, developing the website for me. And I told her, I think that is the name of my business. I wanted it to be Nature Walk. But then we found like many other nature walks and the domain was like impossible. Then I started to look for another name, and then I had this idea. But then I said, I'm not going to miss that. I want to use that some way. And then I said, well, I can name my program Nature Walk. And that's how everything happened. It was a big like inspiration that I had, and I said, that is what I want to do. I want to take people back to nature and reconnect everything back to nature. And I think that is the best healing process that can happen. So,
and it's
yeah,
you know, I know for you and for me, we've directly experienced the benefits of connecting, or reconnecting, I should say, with our most natural selves and with the natural world, and using forms of nature as vehicles to help connect us to that transcendent self, whether that's through food or through, you know, being in the forest, or all of it together, helping us to have a clear mind and clear heart that is safe passage to the spiritual realm. And so I think what you're doing is so important, and the way in which you're doing it even more important, because it's a very pure portal to help us access who we truly are. So I'd love for you to just talk a bit more about the specific nature of your programs and what exactly you're offering. You know, I know there's like the K through 12 Nature Walk. You offer this for corporate businesses as well, for college women. Can you talk about you know, the different programs?
Yeah. So one thing that I thought it was really important was to try to take this to kids, because I think we are so disconnected, and I feel that we need to teach the kids to appreciate and connect more. This era of technology, I think it's influencing them in a way that is taking that time. Maybe, I don't know if it was different for you. You were much younger than me, but when I was a kid, we played outside all the time. So we were like, you know, with our bare foot in the dirt. And those kids today, they don't have that opportunity. So what I thought was, well, I think I can take this back to them and offer that to schools. So we'll give them the opportunity. And then here, we are so blessed because this place has it's such an abundant nature here. Like every corner, we do have a park, and it's so pretty. The mountains are all around us. And I said, we can do this here. We can take those kids to the woods and teach them how to connect, and then we can like build gardens and teach them how to grow food, and then have that food in the cafeteria and all that. So that is what the whole idea of the K to 12 nature walk is, to take them like in actual nature walks in the parks, and then introducing all that, all the concepts of nutrition and how to take care of our bodies and connect with the spiritual world and everything. And then for college freshmen, what I thought was, well, that is such a critical time in their lives where they are leaving parents' house and starting their own path. And I had the experience with my son, and I think the kids in this generation, they are taking more time to find out what they want to do. So I said, why? That will be a good way of helping them figure that out. How a way that they can best connect with their values and inner power. If we teach them how to get that connection with inspiration and superior power, they can maybe find their way faster, or with less struggles, I would say. So that's why I thought about that. The idea is to like teach them how to eat clean so they can clean their bodies to be able to feel the intuition, feel the mind, heart, and gut, that clear connection that I know now that I could not had the many inspirations that I had if I was not in a clean body like I am now. So it comes through food, but then it's much bigger than that. Because when we're clean, we can see through different lenses, and it opens everything. So, and I thought that would be so great to do with those kids, connect them back to nature, and make them see that there are so many other possibilities if we are in alignment.
So beautiful.
So, and then, so that was the whole idea when I put those programs together. And of course, for corporate business, I thought, well, I have all those years working with corporate. I know for a fact that the environment needs improvement. It is so challenged, so much pressure, and I thought, well, that will be helpful too, if we could like have something just to lighten up the environment and to help them reconnect with each other, see things in a different perspective, in a more natural way, with less pressure, less less rush, and taking some time to step outside with them on lunch break or in other breaks to just do this work, like meditate a little bit, think about and talk about things, and listen to their feelings and emotions and concerns, you know. So it's the same structure, but with
Right.
little tweaks for different
Yeah. Yeah.
public.
Tailored for the audience. You're gonna treat
Yeah.
a 5-year-old
Yes,
different from a Goldman Sachs banker.
exactly.
Yeah, I get that. Slightly different.
Yeah. So that is, yeah,
Yeah, but I think it's such a massive opportunity and pain point that you've uh, targeted here, and an even more incredible solution that also is so simple. It's so simple, and that's what makes it valuable and
it
effective.
is.
Because you're really saying here, right, in your essence, is go back to the root. Let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to what we've forgotten, who
Yes,
we truly are, and let nature serve as the reminder,
exactly.
right? And keep doing that until you
Yeah.
no longer forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, uh, with the programs you mentioned, but also you consult with individuals, right, one on one, and provide this type of
Yes.
guidance in a programmatic way, but in a one on one setting too. Can you talk
Yes.
about that a
Yes.
bit?
Yes.
What that
Yeah.
one on one sessions look like?
Yeah. So the one-on-one sessions is like guided by the client, but in a kind of a structured way. Like, so the way it works is one session every 2 weeks for at least 6 months, and then if they want to go further, we can renew. But the idea is to first set their values and their vision, and then work towards whatever their vision is, finding strategies and ways to achieve that. So it might be, I don't know, that they have any health issues, or they want to just clean their diets, or if they want to lose weight or get rid of any symptoms of fatigue, or different things. And then the work starts the same way, just understanding the roots of the problems, and then cleaning, working with sleep, meditation, and then nutrition, cleaning the diet, and treating the emotions, and seeing the roots of the problems that they have with their relationship with food and whatnot. So, and then according with the client's situation, it's going to be different. But that is the kind of same way, like going back to nature in the sense of cleaning the diet and finding ways for them to release stress. And then, of course, nature is the biggest stress reliever that we know. So that is what I always suggest first. But yeah, that is the same kind of way of doing it, but in a one-on-one setting.
Wonderful. Yeah. And what would you just describe your overall mission, if you had to say, if you were, I don't know, I'm sure you've considered this yourself, what brought you into this, but do you have that intention that you're bringing into your work, and what you're aiming for here in some way?
Yeah. Yeah. So what I have it on my, this is interesting because I put a lot of thought on that too, to write the mission vision for my company. And what I have there is that that is kind of a dream of mine, that will have a place that is disease free for everybody to enjoy, because I know it's possible. and it only depends on our choices. So, and that is what I say, it's my mission is to help people see through the same eyes I see that is possible. And then if we do that, we're doing a greater thing for not only us as human beings, but for the planet as well. So I think this is how everything ties together, because when we are taking care of us, we understand that there is no us. It's everything is just one thing. And when we go back to nature, we understand that we are so connected. If the earth is suffering, we are suffering too. So if we take care of ourselves, we will take care of everything. And then it's going to be just one place for happy people to do good.
I share
Yeah.
your utopian vision for our future, for our species, and you know, it's very much in line and parallels Awakenpedia's mission, right? Which is why we vibrate similarly here, and you know, I think what kind of brought us together in partnership, that vision for the intent and why behind our work and what's driving us. And I know you've had your journey and I've had mine, and we've had our respective paths and the hardships and adversities we've personally gone through, and have found nature in our respective vehicles that have brought us back home. And we see the potential that holds for everyone else, right? Who's lost, who's not yet there, who's stuck in suffering, who's stuck in illness, who's confused, who's forgotten. And so what we're doing here is so important because it quite literally can and does save lives. And that message needs to be first heard all around the world, right? For it to inspire change within the individual, to then infect and create change at the level of society and organizations. So, you know, we're at the beginnings here of something incredible. And I'm really excited to go on this journey with you to see what may come from our life adventures in trying to really help change the world, save the world, and saving it from itself, really. So,
I really believe this. I mean, with all my being, you know, there's no one part of me that doubts it a bit. So I truly believe, and that is the whole alignment that I feel and the energy that I feel now about this work. It's something that transcends. I mean, I've never felt this way before. And that's why I believe it's something bigger and we are capable of something bigger just because it's all for service. It's all for good. So there is no way to go wrong. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's you know, so many people today are stuck using unnatural ways to define themselves and to kind of form the nature of their existence. And that I did that for myself a long time, using drugs and substances and hedonistic behaviors and chasing money and, you know, all of those man-made, mind-made value systems that were completely unnatural, that disconnected me from who I truly am. And that's largely the status of the world today. Predominantly, we find it in, which on one level, of course, is terrifying and challenging. And we see that being manifested in the world through violence and wars and division and fear. But we also see the trickle of inflection that is beginning to occur, where more and more people are beginning to wake up out of their unnatural selves into their most natural, authentic self. And through that waking, they're coming back into power. They're coming back into health. coming back into oneness, out of the separation, out of the fear, back into love. And this is what we mean and what we're talking to when we describe the new earth and the new heaven and what's happening as a frequency shift on the planet. It's just that, people like you and I, these discussions we're having, it's still such a very, very small percentage of the world that is able to even hear it. Because a lot of people can hear these conversations and it goes in one ear and out the other. It doesn't resonate yet. But the good news is that more and more people are starting to hear this, to wake up, to resonate with it. And that's why having services like yours, platforms like Awakenpedia, is so important, to be able to actually service the tsunami of demand that's on its way. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
So I'm really honored to have you a part of this team. I think your energy is amazing and so pure. And the programs you offer and the way in which you offer them particularly is just really, really cool, really needed. And I'm excited to see how everything grows over the course of the journey.
Yeah, thank you so much. I am honored to be part of this, and I think this is much needed. What's interesting though, when you said, unfortunately, it's a small movement that is growing, but I have been connecting with and seeing so many different people in the same vibe. I mean, look at how many people you have in your platform already. And then the medical field, I am seeing like new people every day, like nurses and doctors. And I just visualize this movement just growing and growing and growing like waves. So I can see a brighter future.
I do too.
I really can.
I do too. And
yeah, it's growing.
And yeah,
we'll get there.
Thank you for playing your part, contributing to the collective, helping shift the energy out of fear into love, out of the duality and back into oneness. Thank you for seeing that, seeing the need. Yeah.
And thank you for getting all those people together. And that will be so powerful when, we join all the energy from all those people. This is going to be really powerful.
Beginning. It's just getting started, and exciting to see, how everything will unfold. As I often say, and I think I mentioned to you, I don't take any credit for Awakenpedia. I see myself as the conduit, the messenger. Every teaching in Awakenpedia has been channeled. There's nothing about it that's mine. There's nothing personal about it at all. This is a completely impersonal process of the divine expressing its genius through me, and I'm just the vehicle. And we're all just the vehicle.
We are all just vehicles. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing how we can continue to evolve together. And everyone who's tuning into this, the Awakenpedia community, you can learn more about Anna, her background, her offerings, direct booking links, exclusive discounts for the community, all on her member partner profile in the member forum. So that will be up there live, and you guys can go check it out. But Anna, thank you so much for hopping on and being a part of this with us.
Thank you.
All right. So for now. All right. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon.